Destroying Ambulas will be a blow to Corpus Robotics research. Target acquired. Take them down.
What's going on, everybody? Dogman Dan here. We are in Warframe, and we are going to do a Nightmare Road against Ambulas. Okay, Vampire Mode is what this Nightmare Run is going to be. I am going to be using the Latron Prime mainly, partially because I forgot to put any Corpus video footage into my build video in the background, just so you guys can get a better idea of how this works against the Corpus. I know that Bob had asked that earlier, and I've had a couple other people ask as well in other comments. So, as we go through this, I want to maybe give you a little more perspective on my channel for newer subscribers and followers, and of course some of the older people that know me pretty well by now. Predominantly my channel, obviously it's a gaming channel and I do play a lot of games, but predominantly it is Warframe on my channel right now. I'm still waiting for some other stuff like Firefall to update to see if the big update that comes out is worth re-entering into that game, and several other things. But predominantly we're talking Warframe, and I enjoy this game. I've been doing this for a year and a half, I'd say, give or take. I've been playing it since February 2013. And mainly my channel has been focused on things such as straight gameplay, just sitting out there, having fun, enjoying it. Playing solo runs, obviously a lot of runs with the clan, just to, with them. A number of you guys here on YouTube that I meet you in the game when we have time. I love to run those with you guys. It's always fun. Random groups, you know, whatever it is. This is what that game. This is what the game is about, right? So it's all about just getting in here and having fun. And that's one of those things that is important to me. So my channel is always kind of predominantly focused there. Another focus I've done, I think ever since Necros came out in September, so I started doing the overview videos on the changes that came out on about a weekly basis. Depends upon how big the patch is. If it's like 1 or 2 comments, I don't even bother. You know, if it's decent size and there's some changes in there, I definitely do it. And you guys seem to enjoy it. A good base of you seem to enjoy me doing those overview videos, and I'm not the only one that does it anymore. There are a number of other channels that do it as well. I do take a lot of suggestions from you guys on how to do it, and I've improved it over time. Similar to excuse me, similar to my build videos. I think when we first started doing build videos, I was talking about 15-minute long videos, maybe sometimes longer. You know, just talking over the gameplays as it is, and I've come down to breaking that one down a little bit. We're usually like 6 to 8 minutes, sometimes 9 minutes now. Gives me enough time to explain everything, go through the build, and show you some awesome stuff in the background. And remember, this is just a guide based off of the way I play the game, so don't take anything too hard. I want to make sure that you understand that these are just guides on my style. And a lot of people play my style, a lot of people have their own style. You know, no one build guide is going to be perfect for anybody. You use it just as a way to get an idea of how people play the games, honestly. And I enjoy doing them. To give you a better idea, though, why I make them as I do, I consider the builds for me, for my channel, that I do, I consider them to be like an overall build. Sure, there's a little heavier focus on certain things when you're talking with the Damage 2.0 system, when you're talking about impact, puncture, slash type of stuff, or elements. Yeah, you're always going to have lean a little bit heavier towards something than all the factions. I try to just make it an overall for myself, because a lot of times when I do jump in the game and I get an invite and I go and I jump into a session, I have no idea what I'm getting into, and so I need to make sure that I'm packing something that can handle it. And the same thing with the guys in the community, in the clan. They all know that a lot of times I'll just hop in game, and I'll hit the button, and we're off to the races, so to speak. I won't necessarily tell anybody what we're going to run, and it just adds to the flavor of things a bit. You know, we also have to remember that in my... how do I put this? In my build videos, 9 times out of 10, you're going to see that I'm focusing on whatever weapon or whatever frame I'm using. And I'm taking everything else out of the mixture. A lot of times, if I'm doing a melee video, I'm only running just the melee weapon, taking everything else out of the picture. That includes my Sentinel. Usually always goes passive when I run one of those types of missions. And that's just kind of spotlight that weapon a little bit more, the frame or whatever I can. But in the reality of things, when we run these, we're thinking about combinations of stuff, right? That's the reality. So the reality is, you're thinking about frame, you're thinking about Sentinel, you're thinking about weapons, you're thinking about everything overall. I mean, if you want to go do a high-level run by yourself, you're not thinking I'm going to just take one weapon and that's it. You're going to be using everything. So that's why I kind of build my gear that way. Just because you see a weapon built with a particular setup that doesn't cover everything, that doesn't mean I'm not covering it. I may be covering it with the setup inside my Sentinel. I may be covering it with a setup inside of my secondary and melee as backup just in case. You know, that type of stuff. And I don't mention that often, and I think a lot of times we all forget about that as well, that we don't have to build everything, or I don't believe I have to build everything to be perfect OP, if you will, type of weapon. And I also don't personally like to sit inside the arsenal and make specific builds for each faction. It's just not my style. Never has been. And that's why I offer them as I do. And I guess the main reason for showing you the builds, to be honest, is to show you based off of the gameplay, right? So you see me running all this stuff, and you see me having fun. You see me doing pretty good. I think most of the time I'm pretty good. I die, I admit to that, and I keep that in the video. I think it's you know, it's the realistic aspect of it, right? You can't be perfect. And if you're trying to strive for perfection, in my opinion, you're gonna make the game boring. You're not gonna have any kind of a challenge at all. But that's my opinion. And as Bruno wanted to put it, he goes, more or less, he sees my builds as kind of handicapping myself. And yeah, I guess you could say that, because I mean, after a year and a half, I still enjoy it straight up every single day. I've never not played this game at least for an hour in any day. Sometimes I get a couple hour sessions in. Most of the time, it's like usually around 2 hours or so. But that's about it, you know. And so I want to just build it where I can go in and have fun. And that's what my stuff is about. It's never going to be perfect. And you are always free to leave comments, ask questions of why I did something. You know, do not hesitate to ask. I am happy to answer them for you. I'm happy to interact with you guys at any time. You know, and as well, I've had a couple guys leave some comments where they've set up their, you know, their full builds in the comments based off of a weapon I was using. And I think that's great, because, you know, that gives people another alternative of something to look at. So let's say with my Boltor Prime video I did, I believe James Ryan came in there and he left a great build that he set up that worked perfect for him. In the video description, or not description, he left it in the comments. And it was a great build that he did, and I tried it a couple times, and it worked pretty well. It didn't work for me personally 100%, but it was a good build. And that's what, you know, that's what I liked. I liked seeing, you know, comments, you know, and it kind of helps out newer players when you think about it. In terms of they can see different ways to do things, and they can try to mix and match to get what's best for them. So maybe that just gives you a little better perspective of what it's about. I'm in it for the fun. I will make build videos and stuff for you guys. Hopefully you enjoy them as you do. We'll keep doing overviews and all that stuff, but I'm just in it for the fun. So feel free to leave comments anytime, and I'll answer them. Please hit this like button for me. Stay tuned, because I'm going to have some more great footage and stuff, and we'll just keep rolling through this. Till next time, thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.